Welcome back to Unirunner Video Drum Lessons on this October 12th, 2006. Today we're going to talk about 3 types of rolls. The 3 types of rolls I'm going to talk about include the double stroke roll, the buzz roll, and the single stroke roll. There are other types of rolls like the one-handed roll and triple stroke roll, but these 3 ones that I mentioned are the ones that I've encountered and used the most often myself. First one is the double stroke roll. It's done by playing 2 strokes on each hand. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. And you just alternate that, keep going. The key to having a good sounding double stroke roll is to have the second stroke sound the same as the first stroke. Otherwise it's going to sound lopsided if your second stroke is not as loud as the first. So you want to keep that even. Each one should sound the same. The next roll I'm going to talk about is the buzz roll. You may have heard other names for this roll, including a closed roll, multiple bounce roll, press roll, and orchestral roll. It's done, instead of doing just 2 bounces on each hand, you're going to tighten up your hand a little bit around the fulcrum, and you're doing more pushing into the drum head, so you're creating more of a buzz or multiple bounce like this. So once you put those together, you start to hear the buzz of the buzz roll. If I take one hand away, it just sounds like this. And the third type of roll is a single stroke roll, which is done just by alternating your hands, right, left, right, left, right, left, or left, right, left, right, left, right. And just play that as fast as you can. And if you watch my hand while I do that single stroke roll, you'll notice that my wrist and my arm barely move and that most of the speed comes just from the fingers. If you want to watch those rolls and many other techniques in action, I encourage you to check out this video that made my jaw drop when I saw it this week. It's Tim Jackson from the Drum Corps International Solo and Ensemble Competition. That's broadcast on the Big Firth podcast, so I'll put a link to that podcast at unirunner.com in the description for this podcast. I encourage you to check that out. I think he uses all 3 of those techniques, the open roll, or the double stroke roll, the buzz roll, and the single stroke roll. And it's probably one of the most exciting drum solos that I've seen in a while, so I encourage you to check that out. And I think his 2005 performance is also, you can also find that at bigfirth.com. I have one more of these books entitled Drum Arrangement Duets from Hamar Percussion Publications Incorporated to give away. I want to thank Hamar Percussion Publications for donating a few of these books. This is the last one, and it'll go to a viewer that I pick at random. All you have to do is email me the answer to this question. In April this year I did a podcast, and in it there was some video of a street drummer who was at a location in the United States, and just email me that location, and you can find it just by searching through the podcast from April at unirunner.com, and also searching through the recent comments. Another viewer of the podcast just recently left a comment that he too saw this street drummer. So just email me the location of that drummer, and I'll pick randomly from all those emails in a folder. I keep it separately, and I'll go to random.org and put in the number of emails I received, and it'll give me a random number, and I'll just go down and choose that email, and I'll be glad to mail this to you. Next week I'll address an email question from viewer Pat Cortez regarding developing double bass drum or double kick drum speed and coordination. You've been watching Unirunner Video Drum Lessons. I'm Darren Mathis, and you can reach Unirunner on the web at unirunner.com. If you'd like to send me an email, you can send it to info@unirunner.com.
The song Explanation Point by George Rabb, which was played earlier in the podcast, comes from the Podshow Podsafe Music Network. You can check that out at music.podshow.com. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please consider supporting it by visiting unirunner.com/donations. Until next time, keep practicing and God bless.